Yeah, dopest community was popping. Yo, man. So you already know, man, being from Virginia and everything, y'all see the album right here. Y'all see the album up there. You know what I'm saying? I got it. Well, both of them over here. I forgot it. There's two of them right here. Yeah, y'all see them right here. But anyways, with that being said, man, I've been waiting to get to this video, man. I wanted to actually do a reaction to this when it first dropped, but I didn't have the time. So I'm hyped to get right into this. This one right here hits different for me. I love the album. Been playing it since it came out. It dropped on my birthday. And yeah, I'm ready to get right into it. I lost my mom when I was 17 years old, so this album always starts it off right for me, right before they get into killer mode with chains and whips. I love it, man. They send their parents off the right way. Then after that, they get right to the bars and right to the competition and back to life. So let's get right into it. Appreciate all love and support for you guys. This channel's done it without y'all. Let's see what's popping with Birds Don't Sing, the official music video. Let's get it. And they've been doing like they was on Jimmy Fallon and all that stuff, and then other places performing this is fire.
Yep, he got it.
Oh man.
There you go, Naj.
Oh, that's dope. That is dope.
For whether we live unto the Lord. And whether we die unto the Lord. Whether we live, therefore, or die, we are the Lord.
Lost in emotion, mama's youngest. Trying to navigate life without my compass. Some experience death and feel numbness. But not me, I felt it all and couldn't function. Seeing you that day, telling you my plans, but I was leaving you that day. It was in God's hands. Yeah, it was at Elon's waiting to get with me. On my way to Texas, that's when Virginia hit me. And I realized in that instant, our last conversation, you was against it. Told you I was going to church for Thanksgiving. I heard what I wanted to hear, but didn't listen. You said you told Jean that Buck needed forgiveness. I see you went to Didi's and stuffed both her fridges. You even told Dad you wished y'all never split it. See, you were checking boxes, I was checking my mentions. Saying you was tired but not ready to go. Basically was dying without letting me know. I loved you, Med Naj. Hate that he won't remember you. Two things that break my heart is what Novembers do. And T follows you. Now mind you, Didi calls you, Jean finds you. Was that your vision? Precision. While I'm reminiscing, it all hits different, Malice.
The birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they screech and play. The birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they screech and play. The birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they screech in pain.
Your car was in the driveway, I knew you were home. By the third knock, a chill ran through my bones. The way you miss mama, I guess I should've known. Chivalry ain't dead, you ain't let her go alone. Found you in the kitchen, scriptures in the den. Half-written text that you never got to send. Combing through your dresser drawer, where do I begin? Posted noted Bible quotes, were you preparing then? I can hear your voice now, I can feel your presence. Asking should I rap again, you gave me your blessing. The way you spelled it out, there's an L in every lesson. Boy, you owe it to the world, let your mess become your message. Shared you with my friends, the pops they never had. You lived for our fishing trips, damn I had a dad. Mine taught discipline, mine taught structure. Mine didn't mind when he had to pull a double. Mine worked overtime, smiled through the struggle. Cause mine wouldn't let us feel what he had to suffer. See, mine made sure he had every base covered. So imagine his pain finding bass in the cupboard. Birds don't sing if the words don't sting. Your last few words in my ears still ring. You told me that you loved me, it was all in your tone. I love my two sons was the code to your phone, now you home.
Oh, the birds don't sing, the birds don't sing. just spit your pain. It's a cycle. They do that shit over and over again. The birds don't sing. The birds don't sing. They screech in pain. The birds don't sing. The birds don't sing. They screech in pain. You'll never come back again. No, no.
Remember those who lost their mothers and fathers. And make sure that every single moment that you have with them, you show them love. You show them love. You'll see.
Man, y'all, like I already love this song, but this one, I didn't even know I could appreciate this song even more, but I really enjoy this one, man. Like I said, this one hits home and everything. And I like how at the end you saw like I'm call him Gene. You saw Gene out there on the boat with his dad and everything, and he said, "You live for the fishing trips. Damn, I had a dad." Like, just stuff like that, little key moments like that is dope, man. Like I know I'll be doing lyrical breakdowns and everything. So people that have seen this already, y'all can stay for the lyrical breakdown if you want to. But I'm kind of doing this lyrical breakdown for everybody that hasn't seen the video and heard the song and everything. So I'm getting to that, just continue what I'm doing and everything. But obviously, background, Pusha and Malice, they lost their parents, like, close. Like they passed away like in close proximity and everything. So they got hit twice out of nowhere. First it was like, their mother, then their father passed later and everything a few months later. So that's what this song is wrapped around. It's about, um dang, man, this drum right here just hits different, man. It's about Pusha's, he's speaking on his mom, because from interviews they were saying like Pusha was like really close to his mom, and Malice was put close to his dad and everything. So that's how they chose to speak from these perspectives. And you hear Pusha talk about how, like Jane, who is Malice, he found their mother when she passed away. He was the one that saw her. And then in interviews, when people ask Malice, "Hey, like, do you wish you would have went on tour with Pusha earlier?" And he says no. He's like, because he had to be there for his parents. He's like, if we were both on tour, who would have been there for our parents? We both would have been absent. And I was like, yo, that's real, man. God has a wild way of putting things into perspective, you know what I'm saying? Because that's something that you would resent yourself for. He's like, man, I'm over here touring, and like my parents, you know what I'm saying? There's nobody there. And it's like that provided comfort for Pusha, knowing that his brother's back home with the parents and everything. But yeah, let's get right into it, y'all. And then so the way it starts, right? You have, you know, you got Naj, like that's I believe his name is Nigel, but you have him at the gravesite, of their mother, and you see him picking him up and everything. So that's the way it starts. So you got Pusha T and Malice right here, and you see it Mildred Thornton, and then if you look up there, you see Gene Thornton. You see their dad right there too. You know what I'm saying? Both of them passed away in 2022, but you see them both right here. Dad and mom, and he's putting flowers in there.
Yeah, nice.
For whether we live unto the Lord.
And that sounds like Malice right there.
And whether we die unto the Lord. Whether we live, therefore, or die, we are the Lord.
And I love the way it starts too, man. Like the actual song starts different. The video, they gave it its own sound and everything. And then I'm guessing this right here is the house and everything, because they're from Brattle Creek. You know what I'm saying? If you guys are from Virginia Beach, or y'all in Virginia, the 757, Virginia in general, y'all know about Brattle Creek and everything out there near Pleasant Valley and all that stuff, off Farrell Parkway and all that. Like, that's where they grew up at. This video is wild.
Lost in emotion, mama's
So obviously you have like, Pusha T, he's talking about lost in emotion, mama's youngest. Obviously he's the younger brother and everything, trying to navigate life without my compass. Some experience death and feel numbness, but not me. I felt it all and couldn't function. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much saying people grieve differently, and that's the way he grieves and everything.
youngest. Trying to navigate life without my compass. Some experience death and feel numbness, but not me. I felt it all and couldn't function.
Then he's like, seeing you that day, and he was like telling you I was leaving you that day. It was in God's hands. You was with I was with Elon. Wait, he was like, yeah, he was with Elon waiting to get with me on my way to Texas. That's when Virginia hit me. Me and my homeboys actually having like a discussion about that bar right there. Like, was it a double entendre? On my way to Texas, that's when Virginia hit me, because his wife's name is Virginia. So when he says that, it's like you're talking about two different states and everything. So yeah.
Seeing you that day, telling you my plans, but I was leaving you that day. It was in God's hands. Yeah, it was at Elon's waiting to get with me. On my way to Texas, that's when Virginia hit me. And I realized in that instant, our last conversation, you was against it.
And I realized in that instant, our last conversation, you was against it, saying I was going to Turks for Thanksgiving. I heard what I wanted to hear, but didn't listen. You know what I'm saying? And that's another bar right there, going to Turks for Thanksgiving. Turkey, Thanksgiving, Turkey, Turks for Thanksgiving. It's like that right there was a line as well. So they're sprinkling lines in here. Like, this is the creativity along with the grieving, which is so dope to me, man. Like, they just put it in a way where it's not, it's a very sad song, but it's not to the point where it's like, you know, you're just like, oh man, it doesn't put you down. It keeps you kind of level. It's a sad song, but it keeps you level headed with the lyrics.
Told you I was going to Turks for Thanksgiving. I heard what I wanted to hear, but didn't listen. You said you told Jean that Buck needed forgiveness. I see you went to Didi's and stuff both her.
So this is what he's talking about, you told Jane that Buck needed forgiveness. I see you went to Didi and stuff, both for fridges, and then he was talking about, you was checking boxes. I was checking my mentions. You know what I'm saying? It's like you knew that you were going and you was telling everybody, yo, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. It's almost like, it's like subconsciously, it's like people know when they're about to pass away. You know what I'm saying? Because I know with me, like when my mom passed away, she called everybody. She called everybody like not long before she passed away, and she was fine. She was 100% fine. What happened was just instant, you know what I'm saying? So she was good, but it's almost like something told her, yo, call your kids, you know what I'm saying? So like this right here, I relate to this wholeheartedly because my mom did the same thing his mom did, calling everybody, letting everybody know what's going on and everything, having conversations. So it's like, it's a really deep track.
Bridges, you even told Dad you wished y'all never split it. See, you were checking boxes, I was checking my mentions. Saying,
and then you was checking boxes, I was checking my mentions. Pretty much you over here trying to get your affairs in order before you pass away. Meanwhile, I'm over here like stuck in the, you know what I'm saying, checking my mentions and everything, stuck in his rap life and all that stuff.
Split it. See, you were checking boxes, I was checking my mentions. Saying you was tired but not ready to go. Basically was dying without letting me know.
Saying you was dying, saying you was tired but not ready to go. Basically was down but not letting me know. Hard, man. It's crazy.
I love you, Met Naj. Hate.
And then I love you, Met Naj. Hate that he won't remember you. Two things that break my hearts is what Novembers do. Like that right there is wild right there, man.
That he won't remember you. Two things that break my heart is what Novembers do.
Obviously her passing away and everything, that breaks his heart in November.
That break my heart is what Novembers do. And T follows you. Now mind you, Didi calls you, Jean finds you.
Didi called you, Jean finds you. You know what I'm saying? So that's Jean is obviously Malice, and he found their mother when she passed away. He actually found both of them, which is like, I couldn't imagine that, man. Like I know when my mom passed away, I didn't, like I was my last memory of my mom, well, besides like the funeral and everything, obviously, a funeral is a funeral and the wake is the wake. But I mean, like as far as her being alive, was just her like in high spirits. That's my last actual memory of her. I don't remember her in the hospital because we didn't go. She was somewhere else, like when she was in the hospital. So
was that your vision? Precision. While I'm reminiscing, it all hits different.
And then that right there, was that your vision? Precision. While I'm reminiscing, it all hits different. Mom, listen. So that right there is dope to me because he's giving his mom her credit. He's like, yo, you everything. Like I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I love you. Like everything, you put everything in order before you passed away. Was that your vision? And then the way Pusha says it, precision. While I'm reminiscing, it all hits different. Mom, listen. And it's just like you're giving her credit for the way, you know what I'm saying? All the way up until she died, she had things in order. And it's like, it's very like, it's like it's fire. Like I feel the same way about my mom too. Like it's just like you called everybody to make sure everything was straight before you departed. And it's like his mom did the same thing. So he's like, yo, I salute you the way you went out.
He follows you. Now mind you, Didi calls you. Gene finds you. Was that your vision? Precision. While I'm reminiscing, it all hits different. Malice.
The birds don't sing.
And of course, the birds don't sing. They just the birds don't sing, they screech in pain. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you hear them singing, are they really singing or are they really hurt? You know what I'm saying? And then like Malice even says something, you know, say birds don't sing if the words don't sting. Like it's, you know, that whole part right there. But like the chorus is so powerful.
The birds don't sing, they screech and play. The birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they screech and play. Oh, they screech and play. The birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they screech and play.
And then Malice goes, he's like, your car was in the driveway. I knew you were home. What do you say? By the third knock, a chill went through my bones. The way you left mama. I guess I should have known. Chivalry ain't dead. You ain't let her go alone. So that right there, that bar gives you chills. Chivalry ain't dead. You ain't let her go alone. The way you miss mama. I guess I should have known. Chivalry ain't. Man, the way he opens the line is crazy. And he was even saying when they did this, he said that they couldn't. I think Pusha laid down his track first, and Malice was like, yo, I can't do this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they said, like, when it comes to like Pharrell's like, no, don't let the energy leave the room. You know what I'm saying? So he won't even let you leave when you're going through all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they went through a lot to make this song happen. Like you have to be very vulnerable. Even me talking about my mom on camera right here, you know, I'm in a vulnerable state right now. So I can only imagine putting your music out for millions and billions of people to listen to, and you're being vulnerable like this, talking about your parents, man, it gets you choked up.
Your car was in the driveway. I knew you were home. By the third knock, a chill ran through my bones. The way you miss mama, I guess I should have known. Chivalry ain't dead, you ain't let her go alone. Found you in the kitchen, scriptures in the den.
Found you in the kitchen, scriptures in the den. And he's talking about the Bible verses, you know, and then combing through his dresser drawer. Where do I begin? It's wild, man. It's just he puts you there with him. It's wild.
Ain't let her go alone. Found you in the kitchen, scriptures in the den. Half written text that you never got to send. Combing through your dresser drawer, where do I begin? Posted noted Bible quotes, were you preparing then?
And then same thing with his father too. He's like, you know, the way everything's set up with the, you know, texts that weren't sent, you know, the Bible verses posted all over the place. He was like, were you preparing? Like you knew you were about to go?
I can hear your voice now, I can feel your presence. Asking should I rap again, you gave me your blessing.
This part right here is very important because if his dad wouldn't have okayed Malice to rap before he passed away, I believe that Malice would not be rapping. He would not go back to like, I ain't gonna say, well, he's always been rapping, you know what I mean? But I don't think the Clipse would have came back together if he wouldn't have got the blessing from his dad. You know what I'm saying? He was like, asked me if I should rap again. You gave me your blessing. Told me there's a what you say? He was like, the way you spelled it out, there's an L in every lesson. Boy, you owe it to the world. Let your mess become your message. Like that right there, his dad gave him the cosign to rap, to like pretty much form the Clipse back up. And it's like before he passed away and everything. So that right there is very powerful.
Asking should I rap again, you gave me your blessing. The way you spelled it out, there's an L in every lesson. Boy, you owe it to the world, let your mess become your message.
And then he said there's an L in every lesson. Then you see he's got like the stove is right here. You know what I'm saying? When he said there's an L in every lesson, you owe it to the world, let your mess become your message. You know, obviously we know what Clipse, you know, historically what they rap about is like the stove, the coke, crack, stuff like that. So he's like, let your mess become your message. Speak on that. Speak on what you went through, where your state of mind was. And that's why when you listen to the album, you hear like Malice talking about what he did in his state of mind and how he's been forgiven for it and all that other stuff and the lessons he learned from it and the people he lost behind it. He makes everybody aware of that game.
You gave me your blessing. The way you spelled it out, there's an L in every lesson. Boy, you owe it to the world. Let your mess become your message. Shared you with my friends.
And then this part, share you with my friends, the pops they never had. You lived for our fishing trips. Damn, I had a dad. Mine taught discipline. Mine taught structure. Mine didn't mind when he had to pull a double. Mine worked overtime, smiled through the struggles. Mine didn't let us feel what he had to go through. See, mine made sure he had every base covered. So imagine his pain finding base in the cupboard. So obviously finding work in the cupboard and everything. But like just just the writing up here is like impeccable, man.
Pops they never had. You live for our fishing trips. Damn, I had a dad. Mine taught discipline. Mine taught structure. Mine didn't mind when he had to pull a double. Mine worked overtime, smiled through the struggle. Cause mine wouldn't let us feel what he had to suffer. See, mine made sure he had every base covered. So imagine his pain finding bass in the cupboard. Birds don't sing if the words don't sting.
Birds don't sing if the words don't sting. The last words in well, you said your last words in my ear still ring. You say that you love me, it was all in your tone. I love my two sons was a code to your phone. Now you home. That right there is wild, man. So his passwords, man. They asked Malice about this. They said the passwords to his dad's stuff was like, I love my two sons. And it's like that right there, man. Find out about that like after your parents pass away. That right there like you relive the moment right there. It's like you feel like they're speaking to you.
Birds don't sing if the words don't sting. Your last few words in my ear still ring. You told me that you love me, it was all in your tone. I love my two sons was the code to your phone. Now you home.
And there's a picture of like the house and everything. And you saw them standing in front of the house as well. Yep, there it is.
Oh, the birds don't sing, no they don't. The birds don't sing, they screech and bang. Don't the truth ruin it? Now it feels different when they doing it. The birds don't sing, no they don't. The birds don't sing, they screech and bang. They don't sing, they just screech and pain. It's a cycle, they do that shit over and over again. The birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they screech and pain.
And then they have like Stevie Wonder at the end. Like when you hear Stevie Wonder saying what he's saying and everything, remember those that lost their mother and fathers, and make sure every single moment that you show them love, you show them love. You'll see like that's Stevie Wonder at the end. At first, when I first heard, I thought that was like their mom, because Stevie like he has like a really high voice and everything. So it's like I thought it was their mom, but it was actually Stevie Wonder.
Remember those who lost their mothers and fathers. And make sure that every single moment that you have with them, you show them love. You show them love. You'll see.
And that's how I feel too, man. It's just like when I like people, I gravitate towards like I ain't gonna say I gravitate towards, but like I like have a higher level. See, I can't even say higher level because I don't want it to make it look like it's a superpower or something. But it's like I have a higher level of understanding people that lost their parents. You know what I'm saying? So when I talk to people that lost their parents, it's almost like it's this energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I don't like the pain of losing a parent is unimaginable. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something that you never grow from. I mean, my bad. It's something you never get over. I'm sorry. You do grow from it, but you never get over it. You will never get over losing a parent. That's just like what I told my peoples that lost like their peoples. I was like, yo, man, a part of you has died with them. A part of you dies with your other, with your parent that passed away. There's a part of you that dies with them. So you're no longer that person. You're only presently that person when they're here. When they're gone, you're no longer that person. So the 17-year-old me, that's when my life changed, like forever. Back in 2005. It's been 20 years since my mom passed away. And then the anniversary of her death is coming up in like a few days and everything. And we went to go see her grave because her birthday's in September. We went to go see her at her grave, me and my kids and everything. And they enjoy going there, speaking to her and all that stuff. But the pain is like unimaginable. All you could do is grow from it and just, know that they don't want to see you crying. They don't want to see you hurt. At the end of the day, there's nothing you could do about it. And then in our family, with my mom passing away, it's like it became don't know, it was really crazy. It's like after she passed, next thing I know, family members start dropping like crazy to the point where like every year in October and throughout the year, a family member of ours died. October was like a guarantee for years back to back that someone is going to die in October. People would die throughout the year, but October was the definite, and she passed in October. So it's really scary, you know what I'm saying? But what it does is, it makes you stronger, you know what I'm saying? So it's like those losses would have hurt a lot more if she wouldn't have passed away. It's almost like her passing away like got me and my brother like mentally prepared for everybody else, you know what I'm saying? As well as our other family members like my grandma, her mom, and everything, stuff like that. So it's unimaginable, man. So like I said, back to this song. This song, when the album came out, I would talk to some of my friends and then other people I would see online. They would talk about the song like, yo, why they have to start that way? Why couldn't they start the song with chains and whips? And I was always against it. I'm like, no, they're sending their parents off. Like, fuck chains and whips, fuck everything that's going on. At the end of the day, we lost our parents. We haven't really been talking about it, so let's let y'all know how we feel. So let's get this song off first. Let's send them off, give them their roses. Then we'll go get into chains and whips. Then we're gonna get into the competition of the rap game. Then we're gonna get into lyricism. But then they still sprinkle messages from, their parents throughout the album and everything. You know what I'm saying? All things forgiven. All things considered, I've been forgiven. My mama's cheek, I miss it. I want to kiss it. Naj asking for siblings. I know he meant it. V miscarried. We hit it. I'm glad he missed it. Like stuff like that. Like Pusha still talks about his mom. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very powerful album, man. Album of the year, in my opinion, for sure. I listen to it so much. I almost know it from front to back. Shouts to the Clipse, man. Shouts to 757. Shouts to Bridal Creek. Shouts to everybody in the building. Shouts to the dopest community for showing up for this video, man. I love you guys and I really appreciate you guys. This channel is nothing without y'all. If y'all like what I do, go ahead and hit that sub, run up that hype button and everything, and then check out the other stuff we have on this channel. We actually, and I think I did a whole album review for like God sort of. I did a whole album review. I have that up here in one of these joints over here. Just I don't know which one I'm putting in, but yeah, album review over here for that. And then also I'll have the playlist as well. So see what happens, man. Love you guys. Protect your peace with your peace. Stay away from negativity and naysayers. Stay safe out there, man, and keep doing your thing. And hopefully this video brought some value to your life or helped you out throughout the day or some way, shape, or form. All right. Holla at y'all on the next one. Y'all be safe out there. Peace.